Hello, everybody. How's it going? Welcome back to the Debate Club. I'm here with Olivia. Hello, Olivia.
Hello.
Today we are doing an episode about famous people, the pros, the cons, and kind of the ins and outs of whether you'd want to be famous or not. Uh, what is your opinion on this topic?
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, right
Spotlight.
to you. Right to you.
I I believe celebrities have it really, really tough.
I
I'll put
agree.
it I'll put it this way. They have it really, really tough. Everything they do is under a microscope every single day of their lives. I would want to be in that position.
You wouldn't. So you
Put
wouldn't choose to be
no
famous?
putting it out there. No. Ironically, right? But no, I
Ironically.
wouldn't. I would not. No.
Okay, so so there's a lot of things that come with being famous, honestly. Like,
Hmm.
I would say you're completely correct about just lack of privacy is probably the biggest thing. I think that's the biggest thing that
Mm-hmm.
anyone who is famous probably complains about. But I don't know. For me personally, my opinion is I would want to be famous. I mean, I do my fighting and everything. I would love to be famous. There's definitely negative sides to it, but I just think the positive sides outweigh it. Do you
Is it worth it?
you
Like,
don't you
okay,
don't you
okay,
wouldn't say it's worth it?
because I would say that PR wise, the times that celebrities have been criticized by doing something wrong is higher than the times they did something right. People
Ooh.
focus on the wrong way more often than they focus on somebody winning an Emmy, for example. It's like, big deal, but but you did that, that word scandal, or no.
That's actually very interesting. I don't hear a lot of people like make that as an argument, and that's true. That is true. You do something wrong out in the public when your name is already out there so much, then it's a bigger deal than it is if someone else does it. Um,
Yeah, your personal life gets intertwined with your professional life, and that can lead to a ton of things, a ton of problems.
yeah, I do agree. Me personally, I like I said, I would like to be famous, but not for a bad reason. Like I feel like a lot of people want to be famous just to kind of get attention and you know just have a bunch of money. I think being famous is a lot more though. You can do a lot of good too in society if you have that following.
If you're Keanu Reeves, you can do a lot of good, but a lot of people have an ego rush to their heads, and they do not do good with the money they get.
Very true. I mean, yes, but I guess if you're talking about like us personally, like if I'm saying about me and you're saying about you, I mean, why would you trust yourself? Would you think you would have an ego rush?
I think that I would be so afraid of other people that I wouldn't even be like, you know what? I will not spend any of my money unless I really have to, or I have a charity or or a penguin I sponsor.
That's a penguin I sponsor.
That's another interesting topic too. Is about how being famous doesn't always mean you have a bunch of money. I feel like there's a lot of famous people that fame and money kind of go hand in hand, but not always as much as you'd think.
Okay, hang on. So my question for you now is, what to you qualifies as a famous person? Hollywood, YouTube, Twitch,
Hmm.
Bollywood. What qualifies to you
Bollywood.
as a celebrity?
That is a good question. I think a celebrity in my eyes is someone that has become a household name. So there's not really a specific number.
Internationally?
Yeah, I feel like it depends
Okay.
too. That depends too because it is true that there is a lot of stars in different countries that aren't in other countries, and it's like, do you classify them as famous? It's tough. Do you have an answer to that or?
I don't. That's why I asked you. But
Okay. To further go into like my thought process with it, I would have to say I think being famous kind of depends on what you're doing. I guess what field you're in, because you can be classified as famous as a YouTuber if you have, I don't know, over, let's say, 1 million subscribers. 1 million subscribers is great for YouTube. You're technically famous, but if you're a movie star and you only have 1 million people, then you're a lot less famous than, you know, I don't know, Leonardo DiCaprio, Keanu Reeves, whatever.
Oh yeah, those two are hand in hand. Those two go hand in hand.
Hey,
the two national treasures.
Listen, I don't know which one you're hating on, but it better be the right one, okay?
Which one am I hating on?
I feel like you're hating on
Reeves. You have even odds. I'm not hating on Reeves.
You're hating on Leonardo?
I'm hating. Yes.
That he got way more following than.
I have no hate for the man. I like Keanu.
I trust me. I love Keanu Reeves. Amazing actor, amazing person, awesome everything, right? But on a scale of fame, I think Leonardo DiCaprio probably tops him. In a sense, I'm just saying.
We'll be back in 5.
We're not even talking about actors. I'm just saying Leonardo DiCaprio probably has a bigger following. Fame is really just what you make out of it, I guess. I mean, there's tiers to it. I think fame is just once you start getting a following, it's a slow fame. I don't know. I don't really think there's a specific number. I think it depends on the person, depends on the field that they're in, and it just depends on how much of an impact you make. I would say that's what's fame, is if you're making an impact somehow.
Okay, I see that. So I have to find my. There you go. The first person who appears here is Paul Walker. But why?
I don't know.
He once walked into a store where a couple was looking for engagement rings. He noticed that they had found the perfect ring, but left the shop without getting it because it costs $9,000, which was way out of their budget. Paul Walker ended up purchasing it for the rings for them. I kept it anonymous. That's kind of cute.
Well, all right. That's an interesting topic too. Is there's a lot of people who are famous, and people could just. I mean, do you expect someone that's famous and rich to have to help people?
No.
So that's not an expectation.
As I don't expect people who are not celebrities to help people. It's just a human way. You should. If you don't, you don't. But you should, no matter what status you have.
Do you think? What do you think about people who kind of use their, use their money to get more famous, such as like helping people, but just kind of for views? I know there's a lot of like YouTubers out there that
for clout.
Yeah,
clout?
like, I helped someone today. Look at all this money.
Do you think that's that word?
Do you think that's like a bad thing, or do you think like, hey, they're still helping people, so who cares if they're getting famous off of it?
Okay, so I have a little bit to say about this because there is something called effective altruism. Okay, so using your best resources to help others, meaning that effective altruism means that you help people without lowering your standard of living. So you can be poor on the street and you can give your last 5 cents to the next person or donate them. And even though that's incredibly altruistic, that money won't go very far and already damaged your standard of living to a level of worse. Yeah. So that's not effective. It's not effective. It worsens both cases. So what's your motivation behind being good? Is it being seen as a good person? Is it just actually being a good person? Is it Keanu Reeves godlike? You know what I mean?
I think you got a little bit of a Keanu Reeves problem.
I think I have a crush on him.
Thousands of tears later.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I kind of agree. I mean, if you're helping someone, you're helping someone. I guess it doesn't really matter too much on the intent as long as, you know, you're doing it. You know.
As long as your intention. But the thing is it tarnished? Is your intention, is your action tarnished for the reason that you wanted a reward for doing said action or praise for doing said action and not just doing it out of the pureness of your heart?
I mean,
You know what I mean?
Okay,
Is
so
it tarnished now?
it could be. That's the question. I guess there's no real answer to it. I mean, a lot of people will badmouth a YouTuber, which I'm sure you know, but a lot of people know Mr. Beast.
Hi everyone, I am sorry for this video being so late and my state between Vincent's aliens and my moving. It has been very, very hectic. I just came by to let you know that when Vincent, my co-host, mentioned Mr. Beast, he and I had absolutely no idea of what was happening with him at the time, or even now. Even now, both of us have almost no context. I just came by to warn you. He was a pure example alone, and part of a conversation that we just had. We mean nothing by mentioning him at all. He was just another person. If any of the comment section here, or Twitter, or Facebook, or Instagram, or any platform we are on has any comments regarding Mr. Beast, they will be deleted because we do not want any of that energy in our platforms. So that's basically it. Alright, enjoy. Watch the video. Bye.
Just that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he gives out a lot of money to people, and people are always like, oh, well, you're kind of exploiting people for money, for views. And it's like, yes, but at the same time, if you're giving back, you're kind of like, you're using your channel and your name to help
That's
people out
also,
even more.
Yeah, but that's also a separate occasion. He uses his channel to do that. That's his source of income and his content. His content is exclusively that.
Yeah.
That's not what celebrities do. Celebrities are actors. They don't necessarily do those kinds of, I'll call it, charity events that he does on YouTube. It's a different platform, a different style. It's all he does. It's his main content. It's different.
I think it's tough though, because if a celebrity does good, right, and they don't share it, that celebrity is going to get ridiculed for not helping people. But then if he's a celebrity that does show it, he's going to get ridiculed for helping people, but not in a way that makes him not look good. It makes it tough.
As I don't know if you know about the Alec Baldwin case.
I do.
The trial.
Yes.
I will just add a link below because I can't be bothered. Actually, I can't. I'll right here. You'll see it here. It's here. Okay.
Yeah, it's flashing. Ooh, no, I'm just kidding.
It's not flashing. Okay. In that case, you'd think he would be supportive, but I've seen a lot of people bash him for not doing his job. It's not your job to look at a gun and see if it's loaded. As an actor, that is not your job to do. Yeah, it is not your job to do that. It doesn't matter if you know guns, if you're a gun nut, if you're not a gun nut, it doesn't matter. Your job is to be there.
Yeah.
Acting it out, using your props, and having the props be safe. That's not your job to ensure they're safe.
No, I agree.
That's it. That's it. There's nothing more about it.
Yeah, I mean, like you
said, but they were so mad at him for, like it was. He's not a nice person. He is a not a nice person. That doesn't give you any authority to badmouth a person who is doing their job.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. This has been weird so far because so far we're just very in agree. Like, I feel like this never happens in our normal conversation. So
agreement? Yeah, I know.
Agreement, but
okay. So pizza and pineapple thoughts. There you go.
Alright, listen, real
Hey.
quick, before we go back to the celebrity thing, okay? Anybody watching, okay? We're not discussing this, okay? There's only one right answer to that question. One.
There's
One right answer.
No, there's not.
Anyway, being famous, which is the real topic. I disagree with Olivia. I just now. No. All right, so I disagree with you with one thing. At the beginning, you said about not. Well, you didn't really say it, but you were talking about it not being worth it. And
No, I meant no. Not. I didn't say worth it. I said, is it tarnished? It's always worth it, but is it tarnished?
No, not giving money. I'm back to the whether it's worth it being famous or not famous.
Oh no, it's not worth it. No,
See, I
never mind that. Yeah,
disagree with that part. Mainly because there's so many benefits, though. Like, I get it. Privacy's an issue. You're under a microscope. They're constantly grilling you about everything you're doing wrong. But there's so many benefits. I mean, you can support your family. You can support others. You can make an impact depending on what your goal is. Like, me personally, if I was to be famous, it would be through my fighting, but then through my businesses and stuff like that. Open up a gym for people. I want to do a lot of stuff. So I feel like if you use your platform for good, then it might be worth it. I don't know.
I believe that you being a nice person, which I know you are.
Sometimes. Unless they're a pineapple.
You being a nice person that I know you are, I believe that you being famous would be fine. But the thing is, being famous and finding fame brings out people's true colors, and sometimes it's not
Very
pink. Like a lot of people become really rude, very entitled when they become famous and have more money and have that level of fame and celebrity. You can still support your family and be happy without having the constant pressure of being ridiculed, of being accused of things you didn't do, of of the Alec Baldwin case, for example. I don't know, that things can happen, and you're just there, and the whole world is watching you, and if you screw up one time, it's over for your career. Sometimes, it's tough.
I think you have to go into it knowing that too. I think it's 100%, even 1,000% worse if you go into it not knowing what you're getting into, especially if you're young. There's a lot of stars who started off very young. Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber, people like that, who now don't really like the lack of privacy and things that have to do with being famous. But if you go in just kind of having that mental state of knowing, listen, my privacy is going to get kind of iffy, then it's a lot easier.
No, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that when you are a celebrity, you have no privacy because they see it happen to other people as well. The thing that I see is with child actors and even teenagers, specifically on Disney Channel, is that they had horrible contracts. Their boundaries were not being respected. They were miserable there, and then that kind of turned them off to the, I'll say, bigger kind of fame because of that experience they had. Because managers and people, it's so strict.
I mean, I agree.
In that particular, if people saw that documentary on, I think it was Nickelodeon.
Yeah, it was Nickelodeon. Which
you see my point, though. You see my point, though, right? That was the scrutiny and the abuse, and it just, and I can see how that could turn off a lot of people to this business at all. I definitely can.
I do have something to say, which I find ironic. I'm not saying anything is. Listen,
suspicious.
Nickelodeon and Disney, a lot awful things that happen. Awful people, awful executives, whatever.
Yes,
everything that happened is awful.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to state this because I find it weird. Almost every person who got badly abused, right, and spoke out and stuff all ended up becoming like really famous, which is weird. Like I'm not saying it has anything to do with each other. Like I'm not saying it has anything to do with it. I'm just saying it's odd because it's like the.
I am asking you right now for examples of people who have become more famous. Names
Ariana Grande. Victorious. She was in Victorious as Cat. Ariana Grande became a huge singer, successful.
Actually, I haven't seen that. Actually, I haven't seen Victorious, but don't do that. Don't look at me like that. No.
So all these guys that I just talked to about pineapple and pizza, I'm sorry. I take it back. Let's join together and hate on these type of people because this is so much worse. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna try my best to skip over that atrocity that just happened here.
Fine.
I am lost.
It's not atrocious. Victorious, Ariana Grande. I also think
Selena Gomez, Disney, Wizard of the
Selena Gomez. I actually saw that. That one I saw.
Jake Paul, famous. Don't even. What do you have to say about it?
Care.
What?
I didn't even know he did stuff before. I'm sorry.
He was on Disney.
I didn't know that. I learned now.
Okay, well, he was on Disney. You know. There's more. Drake Bell.
Sorry.
Drake Bell became a singer and stuff. What are you gonna say? Josh Peck was on Big Bang Theory, and he's in a bunch of other movies.
Oh, there you go. That's new. That a name rung a bell. Yeah, I'm good.
I mean,
we're off topic.
No, we're not. We're talking about famous people. Okay, fine.
We're off topic.
Going back a little bit, I was saying, I just find it weird that a lot of the people who got assaulted in whatever way ended up becoming big and famous. Well, apparently famous is in quotation marks because Olivia doesn't know about these people. But you naming
okay. You naming 5 names and me not knowing about 3 of them. Excuse me. You naming 5 names that made it after being assaulted is first of all insulting, and second of all, it's like such a small number comparing to the vast array of people who are celebrities, YouTube, and Hollywood. You know, it's a small number, and they began at Disney. Again, trigger warning here because,
Nickelodeon was
trigger warning.
I feel like Nickelodeon... yeah, we're not going to get into the whole Nickelodeon thing.
I'm not getting into the Nickelodeon thing.
Watch,
and I don't like that you said... oh, these people who were assaulted made it.
I'm not saying... No.
What the fuck?
I'm not saying, like, oh, these people that was assaulted made it. I kind of am, but I'm not saying it in that way. I'm just saying it's weird that it's ironic. Oh. Hey guys, it's Vincent again. I'm so bad at that. I'm never expecting it. I am Vincent, and welcome to my promo. I am a fighter. August 10th, I will be fighting. You may have found that out last video. Fight. I don't know how to do a promo, man. I don't know. Yeah, you had no childhood whatsoever, but it's okay. We're gonna forget about that real quick. So the main topic is being famous and whether it's bad or good.
Yes.
I would like to say that I think it also depends, because you were right about it can change some people when they become famous, so it really does depend on who becomes famous. We've seen plenty of awful people that became famous. We've seen plenty of good people that become famous, and I guess it kind of depends. If we're talking about like quick fame, what about quick fame? What's your take on quick fame, such as a lot of you may know the Hawk Tuah girl?
You gotta give him that Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing. You get me?
Anyway, yeah. So like quick fame. There's people who get famous from like memes or quick videos or whatever. The Island Boys, you guys might know, like weird stuff. The Catch Me Outside, how about that, girl?
I need context on the other one you said. 'Cause I don't. I couldn't care less about quick fame. I could not care less. I don't care. It doesn't.
There's the new thumbnail, guys. No, just kidding.
I'm not gonna make that.
That's okay because I'm gonna screenshot it and it's gonna be my cover photo on my Facebook. No, I'm just kidding.
Continue. Island what?
Island Boys. Okay,
Sorry,
no.
that one doesn't.
You can't even look it up yet. You can look
I'm
it
going
up.
to. Just tell me.
It's a song that okay. Well, it's not a song, but they made a song, and it's called. Is it actually just called? Yeah, I'm an Island Boy. It is not good, but they got famous very quick, and now they're probably millionaires by now, just off of a stupid TikTok video that they made, and then they became famous, and they got famous online.
You know what your qualifications had to be for you to be an actor in Hollywood in the olden days?
A lot different than they are now. I'll tell you that much.
You had to be able to dance, act, and sing.
Yeah, that'd be the Hugh Jackman of actors.
Many kinds of dances as well, like tap dance, sometimes ballet. You had to have like a big repertoire for doing all those things.
Yes.
Now you don't have that problem.
Now you just gotta be like, I'm an island.
Now we don't have that. I wish that it was still that level of scrutiny when somebody with auditioning and no quick fame. Actual raw talent being shown on a TikTok video gets like 5 views when a stupid Tide Pod eating challenge gets millions. You know what I'm talking about? It's upsetting.
I do. I think it's nowadays it's so much more about your name than it is about what you can do. You just got to get your name out there. The more people that has your name on their tongue is just you're going to get more famous. It's so weird, but it's how it works. So I feel like if you're out there a lot and you're doing a lot, that's when people are going to recognize you because there's probably amazing actors out there that people you can't remember their name from heart. I don't even know like I mean even like you think about like Big Bang Theory, okay? That's something we both like. You think about Big Bang Theory, there's a bunch of good actors in that and actresses in that most people can't probably even say their real name.
I can say all their names because I am a fanatic for that show.
Yeah.
But I'm a weirdo. Can I tell the story?
Sure.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine and The Big Bang Theory are two shows I actively watch a lot. They're my comfort shows. And he sends me screenshots, pictures of the screen on a random episode, and I can tell him exactly what that episode is.
Yeah. It's scary sometimes, too.
I love doing that.
Like, I swear, sometimes it'll be like a picture of like a tire of a car, and she'll be like, oh my god, that's the episode where this happened. And I'm like...
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. It's cool. It's still cool. Here's something interesting. Do you count okay, see, we have different governments and countries and stuff, but do you count politics as fame? Like, let's say like a president or something, like would that be counted as famous? Like, everybody knows you, everybody has their name, and you know, but are you famous?
I think that goes back to are famous people required to help others?
How so?
Because if they are, politicians are at least should be. They're not, but they should be. And if they're not, or if you don't expect a celebrity to help out other people as a requirement they have with the level of fame, then no.
Okay, yeah, I get that. This is the worst week to. I'm gonna keep the politics so low. This is the worst week to talk about.
Oh,
politics
it is. It is.
in
It is.
the
It is. It is. Let's not. Let's just. And it also depends.
Yeah.
Because again, your level of fame, even if you are a politician, depends on how majorly you screw something up. If you screw up majorly, you become more famous. If you don't, you're fine, but you get less attention. It happens a lot everywhere.
Well, that's because I feel
politics
like
included.
people love to hate. You know, it's
Love to
something
hate.
that hate just generates a certain
A chain
pizzazz.
reaction.
Yeah, it's
A chain
pizzazz.
reaction.
I prefer pizzazz, but yeah.
It doesn't matter what you say. Somebody's going to get offended. It doesn't matter what you say.
It's definitely different being famous now than it used to be. Because now there's just so
Man.
much internet and so much filming and everything gets under the
And
microscope.
people, and this might be controversial, but people get so offended of everything these days.
Mm-hmm. You know, I got like, I don't even know how many people. I got like 2.5 followers, I think. I mean, 2.5 followers. Oh, man.
Oh, excuse me?
I'm not going to say why, but 2,500 followers on Facebook. And I think, you know, everything I post is probably like half and half, whether it's controversial or not. I just stopped caring because I'm never going to make everybody happy. It's just impossible.
You know what I thought of when you said 2.5 followers?
2.5 men?
And this isn't,
I don't know.
and this isn't even a dark joke. I thought of mermaid. I didn't even think
That's-
of a person.
That's better than what I thought, so.
I know what you thought,
There's
but
two things I thought
but
about.
I know what you thought of. I know you, but I also know that I thought of mermaid.
That's a good
I
thought.
don't know what you thought of because
See, this
I know
is
what
why
you thought
you
of.
need to be famous, because you're very wholesome. Like, I thought a mermaid. I feel like you're the least. Actually, never mind.
Have
You're
you
not-
seen my background?
I know. I'm gonna change
Have
my
you
answer
seen my
because-
things? I have pink headphones. I have like this cute little. I like pink things. I like yellow too. I really like yellow, but
I have pink things somewhere. I got calamine lotion.
wait. I say that again.
I'm not gonna say it again just because you're asking me. I don't know why. Did I say it wrong?
I heard something really weird. I want you to say that again.
Wait, what did you hear?
No. Say it. Please say it.
I said, oh man, I feel like I said it wrong now.
Please do it, please.
I said calamine lotion.
Oh, chamomile. Oh, I'm okay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna ask you that.
I cannot say it. I
I
can't
know.
say
I'm
it.
gonna ask after this.
I'll text it to you.
But
I'll text it to you so you can laugh on.
let's see this. Let's see what.
Oh my god, it's broke me.
What? That's wild.
Uh-huh.
So
Proceed.
she said, no, I'm just kidding. Fame. What is fame?
Fame. What is fame?
Fame is when
Okay. No, wait. I'm gonna actually go to find definition of fame. Fame definition.
fame is when you can drink chocolate milk and eat dino nuggies in the middle of the night and not care. That's fame.
The state of being known or talked about by many people, especially on account of notable achievements.
That's me.
So
I'm
people who are, so technically people who are TikTok famous
Yeah.
did not,
Mm,
do not qualify as famous.
What?
They call it-
Okay. Why?
They
Why?
may qualify as viral, but not as famous.
That's why. Why do you say that?
The state of being known or talked about by many people, especially on account of a notable achievement.
Maybe he danced good.
Do you think yeah. Again, I'm talking about the videos that went viral over stupid things, like the Tide Pod eating challenges and things like that. Like, is that notable at all?
Well, if he survived, that's pretty impressive.
Not the point.
Okay. Well, okay. No, I do, and I'm just messing with you. I do understand that. Yeah, I would feel like viral and fame are two different things. I think viral can turn into fame. That's the
Okay.
thing.
Another description is widespread reputation, especially of a favorable character, renowned public eminence. To seek fame as an opera singer, common estimation or opinion generally held of a person or thing, reputation. So the criteria would be reputation,
Yeah.
Word of mouth, like being talked about
Yeah.
for a notable achievement. That's fame.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like I said, I think viral's viral, fame is fame, but viral can turn into fame if you're smart about it. Just like I would say by now, Markiplier is famous, not viral.
Is there such a thing as bad fame?
I think the answer to that would be yes, but also it's there's parts of it that are always going to be good even with the bad. Now there's bad fame like I mean like the Island Boys or the Catch Me Outside girl, stuff like that. Like,
No, that's what I mean.
you mean like big like bad fame? You mean like
no, I
Jeffrey
mean
Dahmer?
not sure, but that's not what. That's a whole other category.
Well, to be fair,
I'm not going to bring up any serial killers at this episode right now. I'm vetoing this idea.
What?
Liar!
We're having. Should I say this? We're gonna have a whole playlist just for true crime and murder cases.
Yeah.
So obviously, trigger warning. You don't have to watch it. Obviously, but it will exist. It'll be around.
Do you classify a serial killer as some sort of fame? Like Jeffrey Dahmer, for example. We don't have to get into like the specifics of who or anything, but just basically, if someone gets famous for something bad like a crime, Bonnie and Clyde, whatever, are they technically famous? And also, are you famous, in quotation marks, if you get famous after you die? Let's say you weren't famous before you died, and then you
know
die.
What? I have two arguments to say about that.
Okay.
One is the shortest one. The Egyptians thought the most meaningful thing you could do in your life was die. That's my first point. Point two, if we're going to go back on the list of what makes fame fame...
It was at this moment she fucked up.
Reputation?
Bad.
Had. Widespread reputation was had. A state of being known or talked about by many people was had.
Yes.
Notable achievements. Horrible, but notable achievements. He achieved a lot of murder. He did, it was horrible. Horrible things happened. I can agree with that.
We just called murder victims notable achievements.
No, that wasn't my point. Oh my god. My point wasn't that.
Notable.
That wasn't my point. That wasn't my point.
God, I'm crying.
That wasn't my point. I look horrible now. I sound awful, but okay.
So,
I didn't mean it
So
to be.
Yeah.
I didn't talk about victims. Victims. I talk about no victims here. I'm saying the victims. Rest in peace, victims. Not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about actions. The actions were if they were the actions, never mind if they were good or bad, were executed. And they're executed well.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It was a notable achievement, a horrible one, an awful one,
Yes.
but it was still, it was notable.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Notable definition. There you go. So notable, worthy of attention or notice.
Yeah.
Okay. So, infamous is pretty much like also infamous. I'll say that as
that's
well.
a good word.
Infamous is a better word than notable, but I'll say it counts.
I don't know
It's an example of bad fame, but it counts.
Okay.
And I'm gonna preface by saying this again. Disclaimer: I did not say victims were achievements.
And I did not say people who are assaulted on Cartoon Network or whatever the hell we said are not famous because of it. Now, okay, so that covers the serial killer. What about the after death thing? Like, if someone wasn't famous before, do you count that as famous after? If they get famous after they die?
Because they died in a weird way, or because what would constitute?
Okay, well, like, okay, I know we don't really want to keep going with the serial killers, but Jeffrey Dahmer's a good example. He was like known as a serial killer and stuff like that, but it wasn't until recently when everybody, like, he's a household name. You go down the street and you say the word Jeffrey Dahmer, everybody in the world knows who Jeffrey Dahmer is now. That wasn't always the case.
Actually, that's not true.
Okay, explain on your thought process.
In the U.S., that's probably very true. I believe in you wholeheartedly that that's true. I'm in Portugal.
Yeah, but you have Netflix.
Yeah. Again, I'm in Portugal. So when I asked my born and raised best friend at school about the Holocaust, she didn't know what that was. When I asked her about the Twin Towers, she didn't know what that was. 9/11, she didn't know what that was.
That's crazy.
When I asked her if she knew who Hitler was, she didn't know what that was. Because people in Portugal become so ingrained in their old culture, they forget about everything else.
Yeah.
So if you mention the name Jeffrey Dahmer in Portugal, you might not get a lot of reactions.
Okay.
With me, you will. With this family, you will. But outside of that, I don't think you would.
Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, even if not him specifically, just like if you do something in life and then you're not really that known, but then for some reason it gets digged up from the past back in the day and you become famous. Well, not you, but the thing you did becomes famous. Does that mean you're famous?
Well, your actions are what make you famous. So
Yeah, but you're dead now.
If Jeffrey Dahmer became famous and became bad famous for his actions while he was alive, he's dead, right? Yes. Making sure. It's good enough. While he was alive, even now, him being dead, you still talk about him, and he's still famous, and he still has shows being made about him even after his death.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, he became
notorious.
He was already dead before he became famous. Like he was just, he was a serial killer. He didn't have that many, let's call it, not supporters, that's not the word, viewers.
This is going downhill.
He didn't have many people who knew who
all right,
he was.
Disclaimer, he did not mean supporters. All right, so last check, what's fame then?
So in my eyes, fame is when you do something or achieve something in some sort of way, whether it's on a huge
bad
scale or a lower scale, bad or good, achievement of some sort. I would say that there's levels to fame. I don't think there's one answer to am I famous, am I not famous. I think there's just levels to who you are as a person or as an artist or serial killer. It doesn't matter what you do. There's levels to how much people know about you. I don't think there's one term.
That's very fair. Okay.
That's fame. I hope you guys
That's fame. Terrific.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below which video you want to see next. We have a whole list, and I'm gonna make a poll.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let you guys decide on 3 different videos for us to make, and then you can pick.
Sounds great. You have any last words to say, or are you? Are we good?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Bye. Click the bell. Jeffrey Dahmer. Bye.